Catholic family. St. Dominic Savio, the pathway to sainthood for children.
Well, children, tomorrow is career day. I want you all to think about what you want to be when you grow up and tell the class about it. Has everyone got that?
Do you know what you want to be when you grow up?
Are you kidding? I've known since I was 4 years old.
You mean a race car driver?
Yeah, a Formula One driver. But that's not all. I'm gonna design my own car. It'll be red with a white lightning bolt.
That sounds cool.
Well, yeah. Listen, I've got a brand new racing track with remote-control cars. Do you want to try it out this afternoon?
Okay. Hey, have you decided what you want to be when you grow up?
Of course we have. I'm going to be a flight attendant. I'll visit all kinds of different countries, and I'll have millions of friends around the world, and I'll take photos.
Okay, we get the picture.
I'm going to be a celebrity fashion designer. I'll make amazing dresses, and I'll be the most famous designer in Hollywood. All the actresses will wear my designs. I'll have my own line of clothes and
Blah, blah, blah. Girl stuff.
Well, I bet you want to be a fireman or policeman. Boys are so predictable.
Well, you're wrong. For your information, I'm gonna be a big businessman. I'm gonna be mega rich. I'll have heaps and heaps of money. And you know why?
To buy tons of silly stuff.
No, to buy myself all the candy and toys I want. I won't have to ask Dad for money or wait till my birthday to get presents. I'll buy what I want, when I want.
Hey, that's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all.
Of course, being rich is the best.
Well, that's fantastic, boys. I think being a racing driver is a great idea, and being a businessman, well, there's nothing wrong with business as long as it's honest.
My business will be very honest.
Well, all professions should be a way of serving God and others. All honest work is a path to sainthood.
Wait a minute. I didn't say I wanted to be a saint. I said I wanted to be a businessman, which is totally different.
You're mistaken. Being a saint means going to heaven. That's every Catholic's goal in life, whatever job you have.
Oh, I see. I thought being a saint meant joining a religious order, living in a monastery, stuff like that.
Well, no. Some people are called to be religious, others to be married and to raise families, and others to remain single. But all people are called to love and to serve Jesus Christ.
Whew, I thought I wouldn't be able to be a race car driver.
You can be a driver and a saint. That would please God very much.
Yeah, but I don't know. Being a saint isn't my thing. Besides, St. Alex sounds ridiculous.
So how are things with my young businessman?
I don't know.
You don't know? What's wrong?
I want to go to heaven, but I don't want to be a saint and have my face displayed in a church as a statue on show with everybody looking at it.
Alex, very few saints end up having statues made of them. There are millions of saints whose lives go unnoticed and who are now in heaven with God.
Are there any child saints?
Well, of course. I'll tell you the story of St. Dominic Savio. He was 15 years old.
A 15-year-old saint?
That's right. His name, Dominic, means belonging to the Lord. He was born in a village called Riva in northern Italy in 1842. He was the son of a blacksmith, and from an early age, he said he wanted to be a priest. The day of his first communion, after the Holy Mass, Dominic wrote down some resolutions.
Resolutions made by me, Dominic Savio, in the year 1849, on the day of my first communion at the age of 7. 1. I will go to confession and communion as often as my confessor will allow. 2. I will sanctify Sundays and holy days in a special way. 3. Jesus and Mary will be my friends. 4. Death but not sin. And 5. Always be cheerful.
When St. John Bosco started to work with homeless children in Turin, he went to all the nearby villages, and many young people came to join him.
Did he go to Dominic Savio's village?
He did, and the priest spoke very highly of Dominic.
Father John, let me introduce Dominic Savio. He's a hard-working boy, very cheerful and pious.
Can I come with you, Father?
I see no reason why not. It just depends on your parents and your priest.
I think he'll do very well. He'll help you create a good atmosphere among the boys.
In that case, it's settled. Let's go speak to your parents.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
This is going to be my first creation. It's a sweater for Nicholas. Okay, do you want it to be for you? You win! When it's finished, you can wear it, and I'll take you to a dog show. You'll be the best dressed dog in town.
So how's your fashion collection coming along?
Really well, look. Yeah, I guess it doesn't look very pretty, but...
Don't worry about that. It's the first sweater you made. You can't expect it to be perfect. You know, when St. John Bosco first met Dominic Savio, he was very impressed by the young boy's saintliness. Do you know what he said to him? St. John Bosco told him, "I am a tailor of souls."
A tailor of souls?
Yes, and so Dominic Savio said to him, "I'll be the cloth and you can make the suit."
A tailor of souls? I don't understand.
Well, your soul is very important to God, and that's why you have to make sure that it's spotless.
We purify our souls in the sacrament of confession, don't we?
Yes, our souls have to be clean and beautiful. To be beautiful, they have to be full of goodness, and that's what spiritual direction is for.
Is our priest the tailor of our souls?
Exactly. He knows us and helps us to weave our soul so that we can be good children of God.
Ah, now I understand.
Because Dominic was so poor, St. John Bosco granted him a scholarship to study at his oratory in Turin. And so Dominic studied there for 3 years. He entered the school at age 12 and was the only student to notice a sign hanging near the entrance. The sign said, "Give me souls, take away the rest." Dominic saw that St. John Bosco was in the soul business.
Hey, hold on a second. Did you say the soul business?
Yes, I did. That's what it says here.
You can do business with souls?
Sounds like it.
How strange.
You Mr. Alex?
That's me.
Okay. Here's the truckload of candy. That'll be 10 souls. Sign here.
That's good for 10 souls. There you go.
I don't know. The whole thing about doing business with souls is very strange.
I think we need to go ask Father Michael.
The soul business isn't what you think it is.
Oh, no?
St. John Bosco wanted all of his boys to go to heaven. And that's what really matters in this life. Taking care of souls is the best business to be in.
Right. I think I understand.
What's the good of having all the money in the world if you lose your soul?
In other words, the soul business means making sure your soul is clean and beautiful?
Exactly. We have to take care of our souls. John Bosco himself wrote the life of St. Dominic Savio because he was so impressed by his saintliness.
Did St. Dominic Savio have a beautiful soul?
That's right.
Okay, well, I'm going to set up a soul business too and see if I can get my friends to be God's friends too. Just like St. John Bosco.
That's called doing an apostolate. But to bring your friends closer to God, you have to be close to God yourself first. You have to be a good Catholic.
And set a good example.
That's right. Dominic had many friends at the oratory.
Hey, Dominic, coming down to the river?
To the river? I can't do that. I have to go to class. And so do you.
Class is canceled. Haven't you heard?
Oh, really?
The workers at the textile factories have called meetings in all of the schools.
Are you sure?
Of course, come on.
Great. In that case, let's go swimming.
Dominic and his friends went down to the river and had a great time.
I'm very disappointed in you boys. Skipping class is an extremely serious matter.
You mean there were classes today?
Of course. Go inside and change your clothes.
You lied to me.
Yeah, but we had a lot of fun, right?
Never lie to me again. You hear me? Never.
He actually hit him?
He did. Dominic felt he had been tricked.
He hit someone? Then how could he be a saint?
What he did then was certainly not saintly. But you must remember, Dominic was a boy striving for sanctity. He hadn't perfected it, and later he told the boy he was sorry, and the two became good friends.
Wow.
So you coming over to my house to play with my race cars?
Can't do it. I have to finish reading this book to find out about the soul business.
You can read it later.
I said no.
Come on, don't be such a party pooper.
Hey, I'm not a party pooper. I just want to know about Dominic Savio. I have to go. Dominic asked St. John Bosco to tell him the best way to become a saint. Hey, this is the key to being a saint. I'm finally going to find out what I need to do to have a soul business. And St. John Bosco said to him, "Don't stop playing and always do your duty." Wow, don't stop playing. Hey, Dad,
Yes, Alex?
is it true that even child saints play?
Of course. All children love to play.
That's fantastic.
What did you think? That they just prayed all day long?
I don't know. I guess so.
Well, they didn't. They played like normal children. Listen, I'll tell you something that happened to Dominic Savio. One day, two of Dominic's friends had an argument, and because they were scared of being expelled, they went out into the street to fight. Dominic offered to act as the referee in the fight.
Before you get started, look at Christ and say, "Jesus Christ, who is innocent, died forgiving his executioners. I'm a sinner, and I'm going to offend Christ by deliberately seeking revenge." And then you can start by throwing the first stone at me.
So they didn't fight?
No, they patched things up, and it was all thanks to Dominic's bravery.
I see. I'm gonna go play at Sergio's. You know what? He has a model racetrack.
That sounds great. Have you done your homework?
No?
Well, you should do your homework first.
Okay, I'll offer my homework to God, and then I'll offer him the car race. They're both small things.
That would be perfect. St. Dominic Savio said, "I cannot do big things, but I want everything to be for the glory of God."
Please, give me back my stickers.
You said I could borrow them.
But I asked for them back. You're being selfish.
No, you're being selfish.
They're my stickers. Give them back.
I don't see why you can't share them.
Hey, why are you arguing? You two are good friends.
Alex, why don't you get out of here and leave us alone?
I may as well. There's no talking to you.
Listen to him. Now he's insulting us.
Why'd you stick your nose in where you're not wanted?
I don't like to see my friends arguing, but I see I'm wasting my time.
Did he say friends?
Since when are we his friends?
I didn't think I had any friends.
You know, what Alex did then, that was real friendship.
Hi there. What happened to you?
Martin and Fran told me to get lost. Big argument.
Why do you care about that?
Well, I don't like seeing my friends fight. But what about you? What are you doing?
While I was waiting for you, I started reading about St. Dominic Savio. Did you know he prayed for 6 hours?
6 hours?
Yeah, that explains why he was a saint.
Right, doing all that praying. Lord, I want to pray just like Dominic Savio, but it's only been 2 minutes and I'm already worn out.
How's it going?
Badly, very badly.
Why's that?
Because Dominic Savio used to pray for 6 hours solid, and I can't even manage 2 minutes. I don't see what's so funny.
Listen, St. John Bosco told Dominic Savio there was no need to pray for hours or to spend the whole day in church.
Really?
Of course not. Look, our faith should be like the air we breathe. That means God should be present in everything we do. He shouldn't be like a millstone that we have to struggle to carry.
You mean I don't have to spend all day praying in church?
Exactly. If we offer what we do to God, our whole day becomes a prayer to Him.
But I thought that you had to go to church to pray.
It's good to come to church because Jesus is here in the sacrament, in the tabernacle, but it's enough to come for a short time.
Phew, just as well. That's a weight off my shoulders. I'm going home for lunch, and I'll offer my meal to God.
That's great.
Although on second thought, I could skip lunch and offer that small sacrifice so that Martin and Fran become friends again.
Hey, Alex!
What?
Sorry for yelling at you.
Right.
No, really, we're sorry.
Okay, it's all right.
Buddies?
Okay, buddies.
Here, you can have the stickers. They're not worth fighting over.
You know, Dad, it says here that one night St. John Bosco found Dominic shivering in his bed because he was only covered by a single sheet.
Have you gone crazy? You're going to catch pneumonia.
I don't think so. Our Lord didn't catch pneumonia in the stable in Bethlehem.
Come on, cover yourself with a blanket. God doesn't want you to get sick.
On another occasion, St. John Bosco found stones and pieces of brick under Dominic's sheets. Why was he always punishing himself?
To suffer just as Jesus did on the cross.
I don't want to be a saint anymore. If you have to punish yourself the whole time, I'm not interested. It's over.
You don't have to do all that to be a saint. In fact, St. John Bosco told him to stop all these mortifications, like fasting or not wrapping up warm. You see, life is full of small things that we have to do with a smile, even when they're hard. It's those small things God is asking us to do.
You mean like getting up first thing in the morning?
That's right.
Or leaving my room tidy before I go to school?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can do that.
These small things are a great treasure, and they are a path to heaven.
And is that it?
Well, it's not easy. Sometimes these small things are really hard work.
I see. You're right. You know what I think? I think God is very good because He doesn't want us to punish ourselves.
Of course. Just think, Jesus lived as an ordinary person for 30 years. Working, obeying his parents, being a good friend to his friends. Jesus is an example to all of us of how to live. He shows us the path to sainthood.
The path that leads to heaven.
That's right. Dominic started a group called the Sodality of Mary Immaculate, and together they prayed, went to catechesis, studied, and had fun. Dominic told them all kinds of interesting things during catechesis on Sunday. He was a great storyteller, and the other boys learned a lot from him.
Hey, you don't have to do other people's work for them.
Right. Leave that for the gardener to sweep up.
I want to do as much as possible today, because I don't know what tomorrow holds. You have to be a saint today. Live in the present.
There, finished. Nelson! Your sweater's ready. Nelson! Where's that dog hiding? Nelson! Mom, have you seen Nelson?
No, honey.
He has to dry his sweater.
Well, I have no idea where he can be.
Nelson, come here right now, or I won't give you your sweater. I bet he's hiding because he doesn't want to wear the sweater.
Well, don't worry about it. You'll get better at sewing.
But look at it. It's a total mess.
Well, It's not bad considering it's your first attempt. Other people would have given up halfway through, but you stuck at it and made a sweater.
Yes, but who'd want a sweater like that?
Don't worry, I'll teach you a few tricks and your next sweater will turn out perfectly.
Do you think so?
Of course.
Hey, Mom, how did St. Dominic Savio die? Did he die very young?
Yes, I'll tell you. When Dominic was 15, he got very sick, and the doctor told him that he should go back to his parents' house. St. John Bosco and a group of his friends went to visit him there.
How are you?
It doesn't hurt at all. What's this compared to Jesus' suffering on the cross?
Dominic's condition grew worse, and he asked St. John Bosco to administer the last sacraments. He asked his father to read him the prayers for the dying.
Goodbye, Father. What was it that the parish priest told me? I can't seem to remember. I'm seeing such wonderful things.
And those were his last words. A few days later, he appeared to his father in a dream to tell him that he had been saved. And soon he began to work miracles for those who commended themselves to him.
Of course, because he was a saint.
That's right. St. John Bosco was convinced that he died as a child saint and decided to write about his life.
You know, Father Michael, I'm going to pray for the intercession of St. Dominic Savio to help me be a good friend to my friends and bring them closer to Jesus.
I think that's a wonderful idea. 100 years after Dominic's death, the Pope declared him a saint and named him patron saint of young people all over the world.
Lord, I pray through the intercession of St. Dominic Savio to help me teach my friends to love you, to help them realize how much you love them, and to see that you are their best friend. Amen.